Good evening, friends. We have Sandeep Phogat back with us. Welcome, Sandeep ji.
Namaste. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it's been a very long time since we got back together. So, Sandeep, uh, one thing I wanted to just move the focus. See, as the focus moves back to Disha Salian and SSR, a lot of the people who had presumed the case was dead have returned. But a few have remained in the hope that justice will be served even if it's late. Along with this, public pressure has forced politicians to announce SIT again 1 year after their last announcement. And suddenly we see a flurry of action and then the lull before the storm. Now, are people being taken for a royal ride? Almost 4 years since these horrific incidents have happened, and yet people have not given up. In fact, the emotion has only become more. Now, you have been actively pursuing this and giving the latest news daily. So, Sandeep, have you also wondered why? See, I think in the end, it was only you and me and a couple more who were continuing with the SSR movement. Everybody had already given up. And then suddenly, with the announcement of SIT, a lot of people came back into the fray. Could you explain all this, Sandeep, before we move on to the main issue?
Yeah, sure. First of all, Jai Siya Ram to everyone. I have to say this for Hindu community, all the Indian people and overseas. But definitely, look, everybody were fighting for the justice for like almost 3 years, and then all of a sudden we see there's a deep decline. And what I believe there was a thing when sisters came out, and I very openly talk about this. So Priyanka ji came out. So she started protest with the Delhi Warriors, and then she went to some protest as well. And then all of a sudden, I saw a change where she started taking sides of different groups,
Yes.
and I saw those groups broke into different groups within a city, and
Mhm.
that's where it stopped. It stopped the momentum. Even I
Yes.
have seen those very harsh words towards those people who were doing those protests for very long time, and they were
Yes.
putting their own money, their own
Mm.
effort, their own time, their
Mm.
energy and everything, and they were feeling so disheartened by those words. And then we were standing with them. And then, as you said, like we've been making videos over and over, but I think that's where everybody expected that after SSR sister Priyanka ji came out, that it's gonna be stronger. It became weak as people broke into different groups. But now with the SIT, definitely there was a hope that now with Disha Salyan case moving forward, and then SIT is being formed, although it was announced in 2023. But Shinde government said, okay, here are the names, and now we want this investigation to be done, and we want this to go into a logical conclusion, which everybody definitely have a hope that something will happen. But with SIT creating scenes, doing all those things, and then Nilesh Raneji came out. He said, you know what? There was one guy who's feeding all the
Nitish.
information or giving
Yeah.
wrong information to the old bosses, and
Yeah.
we all know who he are directing to. But all of these
Chimaji.
things, yeah, all of
Mm.
these things when happening, like people kind of going up and down. Okay, maybe there is agenda, there is a political agenda, that's why they're doing it. And then after they say, uh, and it's up to us, because we have a channel where people can get together and talk about these things, discuss things. It's our job as well, our I would say, not as a job, but to keep people
Duty.
together and keep
Duty.
that
Yes.
hope. Yes, something is being done. If we say no, there is nothing being done, that means it's 100% no,
Mm.
total negativity. But if there is something happening, I think we should support it, go with it. It doesn't matter who is doing it, who is putting the effort, like Nilesh ji doing, other people doing it. I think we should stand together with them, and it's very good to see some people came back and then making videos
Yeah.
on this topic again.
Yes. And so, Sandeep ji, see, a lot of things have been happening when this, as you said, when these people came back to the fray to talk about SSR. Of course, in this group, there have been negative people also. We're talking about people like Ankita Lokhande, and we talk about Riya Chakravarti. All of these people who have had absolutely nothing to do because their jobs are in a limbo. They don't have any jobs. So the only thing they have is something like Big Boss, which is seen by very few people. So these people also started coming to use his name just to rekindle their careers. So what is happening is, especially because now that Lord Rama's temple has just opened with such fanfare, the war is between dharma and adharma. It's very clear, and the people who are with dharma, can stand straight in front of Lord Rama and pray to him. But the people who are not can go to the temple, but can they salute him with a clean heart? No. So this is something that I noticed at the temple, where people who we did not wish to see were there. Okay, and these people who have been using Bollywood as a forum to hit at Hindu deities, and mock our rituals and our traditions, were given VIP treatment, and they were brought to the temple. But that's all fine because this is diplomacy, what do you call political diplomacy. But
Yeah.
in their hearts, can they ever, be in front of Lord Rama and say their hearts are clean? No. So what I'm saying here, Sandeep, is that there are a lot of negative factors also that have come out, shouting his name and saying that, see, we are there. And even see, though there were 6,000 people who had come to the temple, the focus of the PR was only on these four or five people who were brought in from Bollywood. And even there, you see the kind of impatience. See, all these sadhus and sants who have come are all patiently waiting for things to happen. But these people are in such a hurry to get the front seat. They have to be even further than everybody else in front of Lord Ram. That is the kind of urgency they had. You could see in their faces. But how can they cover themselves? Because Modi ji in his speech has very clearly said, he has sent us a message that dharma is fighting adharma, and he has given a brilliant speech where
Yeah.
you cannot get away with nonsense or all that sort of thing. And so here, Sandeep, see, what do you think these people? I mean, either they have very very thick skin, and they don't care about this public outcry or this boycott Bollywood movement, or this everybody's attacking Big Boss. So what do you think goes on in these people's minds? Are they scared that the case is going to come out very soon and we are going to get some news very fast?
Look, these people definitely have agenda behind it. To start with Ankita Lokhande.
Mm.
So Ankita, look, I don't watch Big Boss even a single episode. So any information I get regarding this, I get it from news articles or people commenting on the
Social media.
videos, and from there you can see what people are thinking, what is coming out of the dirty games there. So Ankita Lokhande, for example, she's been using Sushant Singh Rajput, even though they were separated years ago before Sushant was murdered, but Sushant was still paying for her installments, right?
Yes.
Um, if you see her behavior, like those small clips people share on Facebook here and there, and how she's talking to her husband, like "Thappad ek marungi." I mean,
Yeah. Mm.
how can
The
you do it?
language
And
of
then people
a
can
Tapori.
understand, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Kapuri language, and people can understand how what will be the reason why Sushant was separated, even though Sushant's sister, what's her name in US, Kirti, what's her
Shweta,
name?
Shweta,
Shweta.
Shweta.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shweta ji, she is taking her side
Mm.
for a very very funny reason I can't disclose because somebody shared with me, and if I say here, then she will know what I'm talking about. But very funny reason. If you're in relationship, you look after each other anyway. But Ankita Lokhande, how she's been using Sushant Singh Rajput name, so she can attract those negative people as well. Not negative people, negative publicity.
Mm.
Because people, I'm not saying that all SSRians are, they're not watching the Big Boss. There are SSRians who want to go there, and they can't abuse on her face, but they abuse. Like my wife, whenever she see any clip, she abuse her, and say like what you have done to Sushant and so and so. So everybody using these kind of things. So Sushant Singh Rajput being used by Riya Chakravarti, Sandeep Singh, Ankita Lokhande. Sandeep Singh was also invited there. And then when we talk about these people like Alia Bhatt, Ranveer Singh. So I would like to talk only about those two people because they want to play Ram and Sita in a movie.
Yeah.
Imagine the person who is saying, I love to eat beef on my lunch. First of all, how can you even sign a movie if you eat beef? And I'm pretty sure he's still eating it. So did you see his dress up?
Yeah.
So his PR and whoever the producer is, they have already started their campaign
Mm.
from his dress.
Yes.
If people don't understand, they will
Yeah,
know
exactly.
later.
Yeah.
They have started campaign from here. Then they paying those news agencies to highlight only on those people, because when it comes to the movie, and I can bet like there will be some people who will be watching it, but we will be standing there and then exposing them what they've been talking about our Lord Rama and other gods. But this is their campaign. They want to use everything, and this is just a movie. But you will see now how many serials will be made on Bal Roop of Rama, and
Rama.
how for how many years they
So
will drag this.
in fact, Sandeep, see, in fact, Vicky has done, Vicky Kaushal, who's shining there with Katrina. He has done a song where about Kanhaiya. Something, I don't know what is the song. Something with digital this thing. I don't know what it is. Making fun of Kanhaiya. So and they do all this. This is the latest movie. And he's coming and standing in front of Lord Rama and saying Sri Ram, Sri Ram. See, this is the kind of double face that these people have. Don't they have shame? Okay, you come with all piety,
Mm.
but at least refuse movies which have songs like this.
Yeah, I think that one thing they have understood, but they haven't understood the whole thing. One thing what they have understood is people can't tolerate any more abuse against Hindus God. First thing they have understood that, but they haven't understood that there are different forms. When you even talking about our Lord, when you even making statement, because they haven't been taught these things since childhood. If they would have never done in the movies either. Like they get the script, they get everything before they speak something out of their mouth. They know what they're talking about. It's not like they have to do it. Like why the hell I have to talk about this? If they really respect, they have that upbringing. But now they are doing whatever they've been told, either by producer, they whoever behind them. Like for example, Ankita Lokhande. So Vicky Jain, I saw a news where he was saying that I used to write everything what she has to say in the news, in the those interviews. So if and they were not married. So think
Mm,
about these, are they call themselves big stars like Kapoor and these
yeah, yeah.
Khans, then people definitely tell them this is what you have to do.
Mm,
If they're not drunk, they will do what PR say. But they try to do that, but they don't know how to express themselves with that feeling. Like
mm,
you, me, and other people who are watching, they know if we go to Rama temple, we're not going to do any of those stupid stuff. We know we've
mm,
been taught this is what our upbringings are, like
mm.
what we need to do, how we go to the temple, what do we do there, and we don't do stupid things. And they try to do over, and that's where they get caught, and that's what's happening at the moment.
Yeah. And also, if you look at the body language, just like Dhanashree is saying, if you look at the body language of these people, at the function, you will see that, see, these couples were earlier couples, meaning that, Ranbir was Katrina's boyfriend, and then they split up and then now they're married to different people. But, this lady Kangana has very clearly said they are not married, about Ranbir and Alia, that they live in separate flats. Okay, this is only a purely hypocrisy that they are saying that they are a couple. Now, what I'm talking about is bad body language, meaning when Ranbir is taking a selfie, trying to fit in Katrina in his selfie and not his own
Yep.
wife. Okay,
Yep.
and then you see, so it's all this kind of silly Bollywood. This is what happens with them. See, even their stories are fake, their content is fake, everything about them is so fake that people cannot believe them. And the only thing that is constant is the PR pushing them and telling us that, see, they are being received with so much of flowers and this thing and blah blah blah. You know.
This is what we've been learning since our childhood. Like, for example, if we don't talk about the religion, but we talk about what we've been taught about our the fighters, like only Gandhi is the best. Don't talk about anybody else. And then they teach us who was Babar, who was Babar's father, who was his father's fathers, and everyone. And if you like, even for me as well, like I know who was Ram's father, but who was his grandfather and grandfather, because we this is how we've been taught in the school. And that's what these PR, that's why they are PR. They try to manipulate people mind and then show them that this is the only truth. But thank God to this social media, especially with Corona. I know a lot of people were, they dead, but this social media transformation, they have exposed them. And actually, I post a little snip on my Instagram as well, like the date of when Alia Bhatt and Ranveer Kapoor, they got married, when the baby was born. And I was
If
just
it was
simply
born,
saying
if it was
they were
born,
not
yeah.
even, yeah, they were not even, they were, I think, 7 month or something, uh, 7 month or 6 month or something like that. And some people who believe in those PR are like, oh, come on, you talk about rubbish. At least they got married, this and this. They don't understand the point here. The point is not if they married and they're living together. It's about the culture, what they are teaching. They're
Mm,
the influencer we call now social media people, but they are also influencer. Always call them actor, but they influence people, society. Anything they're doing in their movies, in their life, whatever is coming out, people take inspiration from those and try to be like haircut, clothes, cars, etc. So whatever they're trying to do, and that's why they be like, oh, that's fine. People living together before the marriage, and even some young girls, they commenting on my post and like, "Hey, what's the problem? Like everybody do." I'm like, didn't you do? I'm like, no, my parents taught me what to do and what not to do. I don't know about you. So people are being manipulated. This is just the one example, but softly. And another example, I don't remember which movie was it, but somebody posted on Instagram that there was a storm coming, all the Hindus are running,
mm.
and nobody is taking the Ganpati Dada Murti. And then some Muslim group came in, they take off their chappal outside the mandir and then went inside and then took the that Murti. First of all, if the storm is coming, where you gonna take that Murti? Why do you need to take that Murti? What is the point? Second thing, now Hindus are running, but they are going to show that, oh, they are very, I'm not against any religion, but what I'm trying to say here is they're trying to put this in people mind, but they're putting only on one side, not on both side. If you say, okay, let's say Ram and Rahim are one, yes, okay, Ram and Rahim are one, I can say that. Ask them to say the same thing,
Mm,
they won't say it.
yeah.
So that's why they're manipulating people.
So yeah, coming back to this point again, Sandeep. So there have been very many new happenings which you are posting on a daily basis. So tell us, what do you think is happening now, and what are the new incidents or whatever happened recently? If you could enlighten our viewers.
I think the last thing what came in news, I will tell you that first, and then what is the update. I'll talk about that. I haven't made a video on that either. So the last update was that SIT will be going to the crime scene of Disha Salyan and then recreating scene, getting the evidence from there, catching up with all those people who were involved, or there were any witnesses were there, or somebody who's claiming like Nilesh Rane and other people that we know a lot of things about those incidents. Another example of that wall outside the building
Yeah,
was shifted
yeah,
inside. I
closer,
don't know.
closer.
Yeah, so
Mm,
to show that, okay, when Disha Salyan fell, then she fell just outside of that wall.
yeah,
But we already debunked,
somebody
everybody
has
knew about
instructed.
this thing.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah. So we haven't heard anything about that yet. The expectation was within 15 days SIT have to register FIR, but no FIR yet. So Nilesh Ojha ji, I had a I think he sent me some document. I was sick, so I haven't looked into the details. But they have made a complaint about another. They have filled in, I think, in Supreme Court against Aditya Thackeray and some other people about contempt of court
Mm,
by lying and doing
mm,
those activities. So,
mm,
in terms of Disha Salyan case, there is no update from SIT yet. They and how I see this as maybe they were waiting for this Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha to be over and then
mm.
start something, because you have seen what happened on Mira Road
Yeah,
and how big it could be.
yeah.
So, as a positive side, I'm thinking maybe they are waiting for these big events to pass, and we are happy to wait. If even if we have to wait for another couple of months, we're still waiting. Like we don't have any other options.
No, but what I
But
don't understand, Sandeep ji, is that, see, for example, now you are police department, okay? I am the CBI. Somebody else is the NCB. Now, see, everybody has to work simultaneously. I cannot wait for this inauguration to happen for me to continue my work. No,
yeah,
your work has to continue every day. This is how transparent you need to be. Okay,
hmm,
so that excuse will not apply on them at all. But there seems to be something else. Yes, please continue.
yeah, yeah. No, you're absolutely right. They can't stop. But what I'm talking about it, if they have to take an action, so action could be starting from that small step is talking to Aditya Thackeray. You know, if those people go and talk to Aditya Thackeray, you know how many people will be outside Aditya
Mm,
Thackeray house, and then law and order situation. That's not what I'm talking about. That situation can take different angle from there, and maybe the government don't want any of those activities to be happen. So now what we waiting for is at least start those investigation. From Aditya Thackeray, Suraj Pancholi, and Dino Morio. At least people see that something is happening. We don't want something like what happened with CBI case. With CBI, nothing is happening. Sometimes there is a PIL. We are investigating all the angles. Nothing is happening. They know what has happened. People know what has happened. But if there is no result, what is the point? So we can't just think like, okay, this person killed Sushant Singh Rajput, and we are thinking that person has been hanged. No, it doesn't work that way. Actions need to be taken, which is not happening, and this is why SIT team was formed. If SIT team doing the same thing, what was the point of forming the SIT? Then
mm,
that means, okay, you were trying to, hold your political agenda just to threaten them, because you moved to Shinde moved to BJP to form a government, and their MLAs won't be disqualified, so that you're just threatening them, don't go ahead. So that's what it looks like.
mm.
If they think that people don't think this way, they need to do something step by step. We're not saying that tomorrow you hang someone. At least start doing something. If you think there will be unrest in the areas or anything like that, ask them, like, put in a public, so when public will understand, they can't do anything. I think these things need to be happen.
Yeah. And these people, when the politicians say, for example, for Navis or anybody else says, that see, if you have any information, please give us about this case. Now, if you look at the time when this was done, 2020, there were detailed reports by channels like Republic and Times, which used to show everything, including what the watchman was saying,
Hmm.
everything they have in their hand. What more do they need from the people? People have given every information they have. We've been asked for information, we've given them the information. Now what more do they need? So if you say that, just like what you said just now, if like SIT is going to work like CBI, they don't have a time limit, then that's a problem for us, because everything works according to deadlines. For example, Shri Modi ji said that, see, the Pran Pratishtha is going to be on 22nd. Okay, then he took a fast of 11 days.
Hmm.
and he worked towards that. So everybody's looking forward to the 22nd, when we can also do our prayers and join hands with him, in whichever part of the country you are, and do similar pujas, okay, so that it becomes a movement. Now, SIT will only say that we are starting it, but they don't give us a date, meaning what? Okay, again, you are puppets of the political regime, right? If I'm doing my work and tomorrow you need something from me, you are my boss. You'll tell me by 15th, Meena, I want that report, right? And I have to listen to you. That is my
Hmm.
job. So this is really very shocking that till now, Fadnavis has not asked SIT, you know, what is happening. Or I'm not talking about Fadnavis. Now he has a bigger boss, which is Shinde.
I think he don't need to ask. So the one thing is lacking is will. So the will is not there to give justice. So Fadnavis don't need to ask those people what is happening. They waiting for Fadnavis instructions. I look at this way. Same as if you look at ED, CBI, like when something happened within the center, everybody know that they are the independent agencies, but we know that how things works. So same thing with the SIT, especially it comes under the state body. So who is the home minister? Fadnavis. Who is the deputy CM? Fadnavis. So, and I'm pretty sure over 90% of the decision is being taken by Fadnavis, not Shinde. So Fadnavis knows politically wise, if I have a look, and if I am from BJP and I support, of course we support BJP because of Modi, so India can progress. But if you look at politically side, then you will see, okay, Fadnavis is very smart, he's playing, but it's about somebody's death. If you give justice, there will be more people who will take your side in Mumbai, and you can finish what you want to finish. That party, Uddhav Thackeray's party, but they are in fear. One thing, and not 100% with the fear. There are few factors. One is fear. If they do it, I don't know about riots or about those Shiv Sena or some people who voted them, they will not vote. Second thing, of course, they're worried about their relationship. Doesn't matter how much they show to us on media, they have hands in gloves. Like,
So this hands in glove is very clear because, see, just recently there was a what do you call over the top awards, OTT
yeah,
awards. Okay, there who do you see as a chief guest? The
yeah,
chief guest is the Minister of Women and Child and Minorities Minister. Now she
yeah.
is who is she sitting with? She's sitting with Jackie Shroff,
Hmm.
okay, or she is sitting with all these people who are we are mentioning the names of the people involved, perhaps maybe allegedly involved in the SSR case. Now she's sitting with all of them, and then she comes on stage and she praises these people, saying that look at the kind of content that you're giving, apprising the women who have won the awards, that how nice you, what all content you have brought. Actually she knows that the kind of content that is coming in OTT is all crap. It is either making fun of our religion, it is making fun of our social fabric, it is breaking our family values. Okay, everything from lesbianism, to having drugs, and everything is being shown openly on OTT. In fact, you need a censorship in OTT. Okay, you're not doing that. You're giving them awards for that kind of content. You know, because I can't open a movie, in front of children on OTT without checking what all is there. Or they have subheadings: nudity, sexual this thing, violent words, violent this thing, this thing, this thing. Okay, why don't we have censorship then? If all these negative things are coming there, and aren't you from the ministry? Isn't it your duty to say that, see, remove this? This is bad for our culture. Indian culture, it's bad for our culture. Why are we watching all this? So, just like you said, these double standards are there right from the top. When you're talking about being invited to, events like this, and then saying that, see, if you have a wedding, you call as Shah Rukh Khan. Who is Shah Rukh Khan? In Jawan and Pathan, he was making fun of our government. He was making fun of everything that we do in India. And you invite him for your wedding. Karan Johar, who has no respect for Indian culture. His words, his language does not move further than sex. Okay. These kind of people are being honored by them, given awards. Now, someone who was equally strong, SSR, who died such a gruesome murder, now it's almost going to be 4 years. Huh? Doesn't even get a sympathy. Now, in the speech by Narendra Modi ji on Lord Rama's uh, consecration, he said that Lord Rama was very fair. Okay, he cared both for the weak, the middle class, the rich, everybody. He wanted to give justice to all. Now think
Yeah.
Ram Rajya is today's India, okay, and the helpless people are Disha Salian, okay, SSR. You're talking about Jia, all these other women and men who have died. Now these are the people who have suffered 4 years back, 5 years back, 6 years back. What justice has been given? So when in your own government you have people who are shaking hands with them and telling us that we will solve things, okay, the lady of the your Fadnavis's wife is with Shah Rukh Khan, okay, then you're talking about Shinde. He's going to Salman Khan's house and Salman Khan hugs him and takes him into the house as though he's a long lost friend. So, what politics and what justice are we talking about? If you want Ram Rajya into present time, give SSR justice, give Disha Salian justice. His father is waiting. I don't care about the sisters. I don't care about what they think and what they say. We are not bothered. We are SSRians. We've been fighting from day one. Okay, you are accountable to us and the father.
Look, I think when you talk about the relationship, and I definitely raise this on my channel as well, that
Yes.
the relationship doesn't matter which government is there, either it's BJP or Congress or anyone, they are very close to the Bollywood. And because Bollywood was like more than God in India before, but now it's changing. We're giving God's position to the God and Nachanias to the Nachanias. So they understand now. And they have appointed two people from Bollywood, and those people are Jackie Shroff and Sunil Shetty. You will see more than anyone else, those people are doing those prayers. Sunil Shetty, you will see always sitting with
No,
Rahul.
appointed for
He'll
what?
accounted for. That means you have to make sure those people who believe that we are making fun of God from the Bollywood community, you have to come forward and then show them that look, Bollywood is respecting our Hinduism. We are not against it. And from the side, those little rabbits or whatever you want to call, they come here and
Mm.
there and then do show their presence. But these two people, um, one example you must have seen when Yogi went to Mumbai and Sunil Shetty and Jackie Shroff, both they were raising their voice more than
Yes,
anyone else there
yes, yes.
when people were boycotting, and then they were talking about this. So for what they used to see is they used to do, they can mold Indian public however they like because they have millions in friend, they can show however they like. But after Modi, Yogi, now people are understanding, not just not only the Hindus but also Muslims as well. They understanding what they are serving to us, because if they showing those vulgar things and nudity, even Muslim not gonna like it. But because people now learning from uh, there is one very 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 milestone, what I would say, after Sushant death. I know um, Sushant should be alive to see this, but he himself mentioned this. He said this. He said, Bollywood will burn down one day if these things doesn't stop. And this is what happening. It started from his death, his murder. First, they were making excuses. Oh, this is because of COVID. This is because of this. And then it was too late. The PR couldn't do anything. And they started folding hands like Akshay Kumar. सब तो ऐसे नहीं है ना, please ऐसा मत करो. and they starting doing this. And now people bringing their old videos, reminding them, oh, you said you can't do this ad even if you get crores. How come you did it? 1 o'clock, he made a video. He came live. Okay, I'm not gonna get an. Why did you do at first place?
mm,
Why did you say that don't go to Mata Rani Mandir? Now you're talking about Shri Ram. People won't understand you. You
mm.
can't. These things you try to change. You try to show to public, but this comes from inside. If you have said this at the start, like eating beef, don't go to Mata Rani Mandir, this is coming from inside. If you try to fool people, people will understand. So I think they're trying their best, but people understand, and we will keep exposing them and telling them, look, we don't hate them. They're not our enemies. They start keep doing the good things. First thing, justice. They keep doing the good things. Whoever want to watch can watch them. It's not necessary I'm gonna go watch them. If they start doing good things, I know what they are, who they are. But whoever wants to watch it, they can watch it, but they have to keep doing those things. If you don't like to do those things, change your profession. People not gonna like you, people not gonna follow you, people not gonna always do whatever you want them to do. I think people, Indian community, from all religion, they have waken up, and they are not falling in their trap. They're still small part, but I think they have understood what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So when this SIT was, the second SIT was, announced, after that there was a flurry of activity with people like Ria going for some food launch to Dubai, and Aditya Thackeray going there. All these people started beelining to Dubai. What do you think was the reason for that, Sandeep?
Good question. A lot of people raise this thing, and they were saying because Aditya Thackeray went to Dubai first. As soon as he reached there, Ria got a letter. I don't know what's the connection, but I'm just talking about the those date stamps.
Mm,
As soon as he got there, she received the letter. She filed in a court that I want to go overseas for my you know promotion or something like that. But I want to salute all those people, SSR warriors, who raise the voice, send an email, call CBI. And that's why we always say CBI, they are watching us.
mm,
They see what people commenting, they see what people talking about, they see what people tweeting about. That's a different story. They can't do anything. They have to go by what bosses say. And the
mm,
bosses, of course, Graha Mantri Amit Shah. So it has to come from there. I don't say that everything has to come from Modi. Modi ji don't have these time. He look after other stuff, but I would say it has to come from there. And from there, if it doesn't reach to Amit Shah ji, what's his name? The entertainment and sports minister, Shukla,
uh,
uh, Rajiv Shukla.
yeah. No, that
Yeah,
was the Congress guy. Yeah.
no, Rajiv Shukla. What is his name?
Uh,
Who took
yeah. Yeah. Understood.
Padukone
Yes.
to the Con
Yeah.
festival? I
Yeah.
forgot his
Mm,
name.
yeah.
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 So
Oh.
someone like him.
Mm,
So these people are helping these Bollywood people, and I don't disagree with them that you have to take them as well. Like same thing we're doing for the if we if
Anurag Thakur. Anurag Thakur.
Anurag Thakur, sorry. Anurag Thakur, yes.
Mm, mm.
I'm saying Rajiv Shukla, totally different.
Yeah.
Anurag Thakur, yes. People like him, they are promoting those people way too much,
Mm,
giving importance way too much. Yes, you have to take them with you to show that your government is not partial and you're
mm,
not targeting someone. Everybody have to do it, but there should be a boundary. But by looking at Anurag Thakur's work, it doesn't look like that he is creating those boundaries. He's more interested in taking everybody together, but you have to cut the wings of those people who want to fly over your head. So you need to be careful with those people, especially with those couple of khans, what they have done, what they've been doing, how many people they have killed. He's supporting them openly. And that's when people think that even what do we do? Do we vote even BJP, or we don't vote? And everything what Modi ji is doing, those few people are ruining these things. And I'm not saying Anurag Thakur haven't done anything. He has done a lot of good things within the government. He has done a lot of work in the Jammu Kashmir as well.
The
But
sports as
when
well.
it's come to the yes, when it's come to the justice, you need to be careful. You have to give the assurance and make sure those people are being dealt with. They whatever they have done, they sins. I think this is what they need to do. They are not doing at the moment. And Anurag Thakur and Fadnavis both are very good for BJP. They are the future. But what they need to do is they need to look after the people as well. They need to give justice so they can build up the faith again. And when I was talking about their scared in Maharashtra, the reason why I said this because they are scared that people going to vote them or not. They're not thinking on the other side, flip side. You give justice, you set up
Then you
an
get
example,
then you
and
get
then you will
votes.
see you will get more votes all over the India, not just Mumbai. So they are still and I think why they're doing it, I understand that little part as well behind what they are thinking, because they have a lot of things to do for India. If they are scared that if we lose seats here there, and what happened with Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, everybody knows, they don't want to get into that situation, so they are going very slowly, very careful. Let's get the government. And the information I have, you after 2024 election, you will see things happening within Bollywood as well. It will happen, but I think they need to give some sort of assurance. Otherwise, the people who voted for them, even in Mumbai or Bihar, because those two places were targeted when Sushant died, I think they're going to lose the plot.
See, Sandeep, it's not only the SSR case. We're talking about so many other cases as well. You remember this other lady called Phogat who was killed, you know,
Yes.
by poison. Okay. Then
Goa.
there were other cases that a young girl who was working in a hotel, you know, in the north, she was also killed. Now, so
Uttarakhand,
many
yeah.
other cases
Hmm.
like this. Even this
Hmm.
the girl who was chopped into so many pieces. Okay, and this TV girl, who just went into the room and she was killed. They say she hung herself. So
Yes.
none of these cases, we are seeing any conclusion. So again, coming back to what Lord Rama, his vision is. Lord
Hmm.
Rama's vision is give
Justice.
justice to all. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, when I spoke about these 3, 4 women who have not got justice, they are from all category. Okay. The girl comes from a very poor background, and the other lady comes from a political background. So political vendetta would have been there. So if all these cases are dealt with there and then we vote for people, right? If you are
Exactly.
giving me justice, then only I will vote for you. Okay, if I don't know what is happening to this girl, the man who killed and chopped this girl into 76 bits and put it all over Delhi, yeah, you are still taking your time and giving him freedom. If you still give roles to the man whose girlfriend went into the makeup room and hung herself, when you know there is hanky panky and the producer should be pulled up for that, then where is the justice? You're not saying anything. What happened to this actress, this Miss Fogat, who was taken to a hotel and she was made to drink something and she was punched and she was beaten up before she died. Okay. So all these cases, see, it is not a random cases. Even this Janvi Kukreja case, she's a
Yes.
young middle class girl, right? So if you're not going to, if all these are going to hang like puppets in front of us, then where is justice? See, someone like Janvi's mother, who I'm in touch with regularly, tells me that she's running from pillar to post to get justice for her daughter. Now the judge has changed.
Hmm.
Now, again, the new judge has to be given the complete information so that he or she will, go into the case again. So you remove judges in the middle of it, which is injustice itself. Somebody has studied the case and they are doing it with so much of vigor, and suddenly you decide to remove the judge. Okay, and opposition, you will have someone like Satish Panishinde, other people who have a lot of money, supporting the culprits. So where is this justice going to happen? You're not bothered about finding out what happened to the Palga sadhus. Recently, some other sadhus were attacked.
Yeah.
This is continuing. So what Ram Raji are we going to see? We can give speeches, but ultimately, I'm not talking, just like you said, Modi ji has other work. Every state, if you are under BJP or under any other opposition, you are responsible for giving justice to all these cases. And what is the judiciary doing? The judiciary is always saying that, see, they want to take care of what government is doing. You leave the government alone. You just speed track these cases and tell us what is happening to Aftab case, to this Fogat case, to all these cases, what has happened. Okay. Otherwise, if it is someone of your interest, if it is some judge who has been killed, immediately within 2 days you'll come with a solution. Why? Was the judge more important than Fogat or Janvi Kukreja?
I think,
So this is something I don't understand. You see?
yeah, I think, look, definitely we're going into the right direction because Modi ji started to change those laws. Some of those have been removed, some of those have been amended. Not everybody putting the effort. And when I say state, like I was talking about those cabinet ministers as well, Anurag Thakur and Fadnavis as well. So these people as well. So everybody have to play important role if we have to make the changes faster. No matter how much we can abuse Modi ji, even Amit Shah, until and unless everybody, whoever are responsible, and I think BJP is doing the right thing, how they have changed those three chief minister in newly elected, those
Yes. They should knock off
newly
all
been.
these people. Yes.
Exactly, and that's how um, they're creating the accountability for those people, that whoever is thinking I'm the senior, I'm gonna get the job, I'm gonna be a CM, it's not gonna happen. And those people, they have a vision, and I have looked into those the history as well, what they have done so far and what their ambition is, because they want to change things. That's why it's taking time. It started from Uttar Pradesh. I won't say started from any other state. Of course, from Gujarat, because Modi comes from there. But then Uttar Pradesh, when Yogi ji came, and then Hemanta Biswa, he's doing the great job. And now these three newly elected, we hoping slowly, slowly that's how it will work. With Fadnavis, I can say that he has the majority, even though in small pieces, bits and pieces, three parties together and make forming a government. But he's not that confidence. He did that thing by breaking those MLAs and making forming a government. For him, is like job is done. No, job is not done. You do the justice, you do the right thing. You
People,
don't
you
have
have to
to
give
break
justice to
anyone.
people.
You don't have to break anyone. You create the trust in the people so people can come out and vote for you. Doesn't matter what other people say. So I think that's what the mindset change they need to do it, and I think it's taking time. But yes, you're right. At least start giving justice to those people's, those
As an example.
Kukreja. uh,
Yes.
Set an example. Okay, you don't want to start with the big people, at least
SSR,
start
yeah.
with those small cases.
Yes.
Hang yourself, send your people into jail. Set example like you did in the Uttar Pradesh,
Mm.
when he ran over some farmers. Yes,
Yes.
I know the farmers were there, and then it could have been very big all over the country, they had to do it. Set some more examples like this.
Yeah.
Either you here or you're not there. Don't think like those people. So the people are not behind because of those people. um I mean, people are not giving vote to BJP because of those people who you are saving. They are
Yeah.
giving vote because Modi ji is there.
Yes.
They need
S-
to clear that.
Yeah. See, Sadeep, when I was in Iraq, when Saddam Hussein was there, he was a president, and at that time, Saddam Hussein was very strong. And I also remember he was really good for the country. Oh, exactly opposite of what America was saying. Now, what was the rule in Iraq at that time? Saddam Hussein said that any minister, anybody in the political field who has connections with any sort of business will be
Mm,
removed, right? Because politics and business cannot go together. Now, in our present day India, All these people we're talking about have connections with Bollywood. Yes. And they have connections with other people also. Now, why can't they be kicked out? If, for example, I know that you are Judas, okay, will I have coffee with you or tea with you? No, right? In fact, all these people have also, because they are so shaken, Sandeep Singh and Ria, all of them are so shaken. They are saying that, see, they are not giving us anything. We are being this thing. We are, we are absolutely paupers. So they know what is the power of, dharma. If you are wrong and you have done something grievously wrong, we will not stand with you. We will not act in a film that you are proposing. We will not watch a film that you are making. Okay? And we will not endorse the pet product that you are pushing. So
Exactly.
that should be the stand. Now, if I am Modi ji and you are my minister, I'll say, why are you standing with Jackie Shroff? Right? Why are you standing with these Shah Rukh Khan types? They're embroiled. When someone so honest like Samir Wankade has been removed, that itself shows what is the status of SRK. Okay, just to save his son, whether he was wrong or right, he did the wrong thing. He pushed out Samir Wankade using political influence and a lot of money. Now, which politician said, Shah Rukh Khan, you are wrong. You can't do it. If your son is guilty, he has to be in jail. Which politician said that? Nobody did. Right? Because they were all under the influence of so much of money and power that they could not say that. So this something, Sandeep, is that the our government, like you said, now they have changed the chief ministers. They have to change. If of course, surely Modi ji will win because that is the kind of goodwill that he has won. When he comes with a new government, he has to kick out these people who are doing double speak. We do not want them. We do not want Jackie Shroff's friends. Right? We don't want Sunil Shetty's friends. So I'm just using them as examples. Okay.
No, no, absolutely. And if I go back to that example, when say remove those chief minister, everybody talk about Shivraj Mama.
Hmm, hmm,
Nobody knows there was a very big scandal, and I have the sources. So he burned the whole office to destroy the evidence, and people saying that why they did not elected him again. They want to stop these kind of those those scams and stuff. So they want to, whatever ladli yojana, that's few stuff he did, okay, good, but the scams, they want to stop the scam. If the scams are being stopped, people will work, and it has to start improving from the top.
hmm.
It has to.
See here, Sandeep, I'll just tell you one more doubt now that I have. Now, as I said, the Minister of Women and Child and Minorities was seen in the OTT function. Okay.
Hmm,
Now, somewhere I feel that Modi ji is telling her, well, perhaps you go back to your field.
hmm.
Okay. Next election, you may not be there in the scene. Okay, so you continue to be in your field, build your bonhomie, okay, with all these friends, and make your partners and whatever, so that we can continue with this thing of clean governance, such a thing. So that could be also an example, because in the message in the law drama, consecration, he did clearly say about evil and we're talking about honesty and truth.
Hmm.
So here also this could be a possibility, that things are going to happen very soon.
Yeah, hopefully those things will change. I think they're waiting for this 2024 election, the main election. I think they don't want to take risk, and I would back them on this, because if there is no government, they can't do anything. Everything will be reverse. We talking about those roads, name. You will see what will happen if Modi Sarkar is not there. People are just talking about, crying about cylinder, this and this. You will see what the real cry is, and where Modi has, he has taken India to. Everybody talking about, everybody, like, look, I am here in Australia for more than 15 years. When I came here, I saw what was the respect for the Indians at that time, and I know what is the respect for the
Absolutely.
Indians now.
Yeah.
I have seen with my own eyes. People who talk about, oh, the more people move to, overseas, more people have lost their passport. Why? Because no jobs here. No, because of you guys. Because of you guys. And if we are sitting here outside, we are more nationalist than you guys. You sitting in your own country there and you bitching about those stuff. We are sitting here. If anyone, doesn't matter, even if my boss or manager, someone say a single thing about my country, I don't care about he's my boss. So I tell him, nobody has dared to say this, but if anybody say I am there, here is a resignation, but before resignation, here is your answer. I don't give a damn. So those people think this sitting there, they are the big patriots, and they're doing everything. People who have moved out, they haven't moved out because of Modi ji, because of you, because of the things you have done, your scams. People was so, for someone like me or you, it was so obvious. If we see any scam or any fraud, that's normal in India. Now we are seeing the change. These are being exposed. It's not normal. We have to remove this normal thing like scam being done, or those chara hotala, those big scam, 3G 4G, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now
See,
these
another,
things are
yeah,
changing.
yes. Another thing, Sandeep, see, let me tell you again, see, one more thing about Bollywood and their lip service. Okay. Now, sometime back when Modi ji had all these people called to his house, he had said that why don't you look for good content about patriotism and other such, stories. Now, you know what Bollywood did? Bollywood took it on a superficial level. They said, okay, now we will do this lieutenant, we will do that colonel, we will do that brigadier, we will do this one, we will do that. They did all that without their heart and soul in the project. Karan Johar was making a million movies. Sandeep Singh was making a million movies. Okay. Not one of them clicked. Why? Because when you do a movie, you have to feel the pain of the person who is a martyr, who has died,
Hmm,
giving his life for
hmm,
the country, right? None of you feel it. Every day you fly on private jets, wherever you want, meet anybody you want, go to Pakistan, go to London, meet all these Pakistani people, and then you say that your heart is with India and for all these Jawans who are dying.
yeah.
How can you be, reach out to the audience? So, though the message was given to them to change your content, even that they did it in Bollywood style.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy.
And you ask one question at the start, like how can these people sleep and how these people feel about after doing these many crimes and these things. Look, and to be frank, my wife always say like we do everything right, and we have seen people who do everything right and don't always do right thing with us. People who are really bad, people who are eating beef, Hindus, and they're doing those things, nothing happening with those. So those people don't really care. They are here only for this life, just enjoy and done. We we have learned, we have seen what the moksha is, what the other things are, what will happen after that, and we know what could be the consequences, even if they're not like in this life, but what will happen in next. And this is our religion. We not just think about this life, but also, if okay, I will do whatever I want to do, but my son, my daughter, my family have to go through that. They don't care, they don't worried about those things. That's why they sleep, and they don't care about. We think about our family, our kids, and everyone. If we do anything wrong, they have to go through that.
Yeah, and a very important thing, Sandeep. See this. It is just like this thali wali mami. Fadnavis is putting out a plate and saying that, see, if you have any information, give it to us. Please give it to us. Please give it to us. Okay. Behind you, you have Paramveer Singh and you have Waze, who orchestrated the whole thing. Waze came one day before Disha Salian was killed,
Hmm.
mainly to handle her case. Okay. And Paramveer Singh was the one who was giving instructions from the Mahavikas Agadi government. Now,
Hmm.
how can you say that you don't have information? They have everything like, a movie in their hands. They'll tell you everything, every small detail. What are you holding them up for? Are they monuments or trophies? that you're saying that, see, हाँ हमारे पास माँ है, जैसे Paramveer Singh, and was it? But what is the use if you have them and they are not going to speak? Right? You are asking for information when these two people can spit out everything and bring all those
Exactly.
people in a line. So please do not give us any more of this crap. And keep telling us SIT is being done. SIT is being done. They are going to do the stage, the how it happened from the flat. They don't even know that she never died from that flat. She never jumped. Okay, so there's no rehearsal, right? So what crap are we talking about? You
I think don't even need to go to Paramveer Singh.
know.
So for Disha Salyan, get Rohan Roy custody and do the narco test, brain mapping test. Everything will be out. Same thing for Sushant. Those four people who were in the house. That's all. Don't need to no need to go to those big people, Paramveer Singh and Aditya Thackeray and Riya Chakravarti or someone. Just these five people and job is done.
Yeah,
It's not
and
hard,
also
and it's not that they can't get the permission from court.
exactly,
They can get
exactly.
it.
Yes. And see, before we end, I'll just tell you one more point that made us as SSRians very happy, and that was in one of the functions of Ambani's. Riya Chakravarti. No, it was in Amir Khan's daughter's wedding that Riya Chakravarti came with her brother. Now she came and she started posing for paparazzi, and you could look at her face and see that she was like a haunted deer, who's scared. And she kept telling her brother, please come, please come. Now that
Hmm.
became a bigger mistake because the moment her brother came and stood with her, everybody said that they are a couple. You see, so everything went wrong in her favor. So this is what happens whenever dharma is against a dharma will always lose. And this has been seen in the case of Ankita, case of Riya Chakravarti, Sandeep Singh, all these people who are, like Sara Ali, who I don't know why she's calling out Sushant's name. All these people who are quoting his name have some guilt in their minds, and they
Yeah.
cannot sleep at night because they have done something terribly wrong. you know so this is the only, what we can say, few moments of happiness for the SSRians, because this is God's court. This is not the court, earth's court. This is from above. That court is judging you. Not one movie, not one assignment, some pet company which is equally corrupt because they've got 60 million apparently. For what? They're showing some baby food, pet food, and that too with a lady like Ria. You see? So this itself shows that God is great. And if Lord Rama has already come into the deity now, after Pran Pratishta, we assume that Lord Rama is within. And Lord Rama will start sending his messages. And
Ram
his
Raj.
aura will take care of a lot of things. So we leave SSRs, Disha, Jia, Jhanvi, and all these cases at his feet. Please solve it for us. If our human court cannot do it, you please do it for us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sandeep. We had a
No
very
worries.
lovely session. And thank you for obliging. I know it's a late night for you, and really kind of you, and very, very nice. And I hope we'll meet again soon.
That's okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me.
Good
Jai Shri
night and
Ram.
Jai Hind, Jai Shri Ram.
Yes.